Kayla, I'm back to update you on how my saline ultrasound went. So I had it done last week, last Friday. It's Monday now. So I had it done right before the weekend. And I went up to Wisconsin because my baby sister is getting married. It was her bridal shower this weekend. She's getting married in November. And that was so much fun. I love being with family and celebrating her love. I don't know, it's just so sweet. I love love. I love weddings, and it's beautiful when somebody finds somebody that they really want to settle down and spend the rest of their life with. And I know she's really excited. And next thing is they're gonna buy a house, and that's always so fun because like buying a house and like getting anything that's your own and being able to decorate it and just make it how you want. It's so much fun. It's such an exciting time. And yeah, I love her and I love all the good things that are happening for her. And so that was super fun, but it was busy. I was driving around everywhere. I was driving here, there, and everywhere, helping set up the night before, the day of, tear down, getting everything ready. And then driving up there and coming back. So it was very busy, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the saline ultrasound. So I had somebody babysit our son because I really didn't want him to come with. It's just not a procedure I'd want him to come with. It's one thing to get a Lupron shot. I did take him with me to get the Lupron shots because he gets shots too. So I wanted him to see like, oh yeah, you get shots, mommy gets shots. We all have to get shots. And but this one was different. It takes a little bit longer and it can be painful, uncomfortable, painful. It depends on you, it depends on the person that's performing it, depends on your pain tolerance and how things go, how you react. Everybody's different. So I've had tons of these, and actually the pain has been different for all of them. This time when she put the speculum in, it was really painful, actually. I was surprised how painful it was. So I think she put it in weird, or just in a weird way that was uncomfortable for my body. But I didn't stop her. I never do if I'm in pain or uncomfortable. When they ask, like, oh, is everything okay? I just say yes because I want to get it over with. I don't want to prolong it. Like, she's just going to have to take it out and put it back in again. And maybe it's not going to feel any better the next time. So I'm just like, go. And, but yeah. And so how they perform the procedure, if you've never had one, again, I am not a medical professional. I'm just some random lady on the internet giving my opinion and talking about my experiences. So always talk to your clinic and your medical provider about anything and do your own research. So they put the speculum in you, and then they put the catheter in you, and they put they remove the catheter, or they remove the speculum and put in the ultrasound wand, and then they're going to fill up your uterus with saline solution and look at your uterus for any imperfections such as polyps, fibroids, scar tissue, and because I had a C-section, they're looking at my C-section scar to make sure it's healing properly. And I've had tons of these, tons, like 10 plus, right? And then I've never had a good one right off the bat. I always have to have a procedure where they go in, it's a hysteroscopy, and then they like cut out the imperfections. Usually it's polyps. Sometimes I have scar tissue. So I was really thinking, what like polyps for sure. I've never had it done where I haven't had like new polyps pop up. They pop up for me all the time and like very quickly. I've had it before where I've had the procedure, the surgery where they cut them out, and then like a month later I had polyps. So it was crazy. And so I was bracing myself, getting ready, like, okay, thinking about the next step. I'm gonna have to get another babysitter to watch our son while I go get the surgery and blah, blah, blah. Just thinking like, oh, just get through it. Oh, and one thing that I do to get through it is I don't take any pain meds for this procedure. You can, it's up to you. I've had a ton of them, like I said. Usually they're not that painful, mostly uncomfortable, a little painful. Usually when the doctor says it's going to be uncomfortable or the medical provider says it's going to be uncomfortable, it's painful. Let's all just be serious. And then if they say it's going to be painful, you know that it's going to hurt bad. That's my my opinion on things. I don't know if I'm just bad with pain or what. But something that I have found that really helps me is to relax my body. I don't know if you've done any meditation or yoga, but you lay down. This is how I practice it. You lay down after you do yoga or while you're meditating, and you start at the top of your body. And I always have my eyes closed, and then you like slowly go from the top of your head all the way down, and just focus on those parts of your body and focus on relaxing them. Focus on your muscles and focus on relaxing them until you get all the way down to your toes, and then your whole body is relaxed. And I do that when I'm laying on the table for procedures such as this, because I think it's automatically you just tighten your body. And when you tighten and constrict your muscles like that and somebody is poking around in you, it makes it hurt worse. So the best thing to do is to relax. It's the same thing when you're getting poked with a needle to get a shot or get your bloods, your labs, when they're removing blood from you. Relaxing is the best thing that you can do. It's going to make it less painful. So that's what I did when they inserted the speculum, and it hurt really bad. And that helped, but it was still very painful. I don't know if she inserted it wrong or not wrong, but just kind of like weird or cockeyed or something. I'm not sure. But she was a PA, she was a physician's assistant, and then there was the ultrasound tech that were doing the procedure on me in a room in the clinic. And then she said, I'm going to tell you in real time your results. And then she said everything looked great. I was like, what? She's like, you don't have any polyps. I'm like, oh my God, that's so surprising because I always have polyps. And I was like, what about fibroids? So she's like, well, you had this one. I'm like, yeah, I know about that one, but are there any new fibroids? And she's like, nope. I'm like, okay, what about the scar tissue? Is there any scar tissue? She's like, no, it all looks good. It looks clear. And your C-section scar, it looks nice and thick. It's healing well. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you're ready to go forward with your frozen embryo transfer. And you could have blown me over. I was so surprised and happy. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is such a positive appointment for me. And then she was happy, of course. She's like, oh, I'm so happy to give you some good news. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I never get these. I never get them cleared right away. I always have to have a procedure or surgery to clear everything out. And we just get to move on like without doing anything. Like, I feel so lucky, so blessed that there are no issues and we just get to move forward, And then there's not the thought, but the voice in the back of my head, is like IVF is a roller coaster. It really is. And you're up here right now on the top of the hill, and the next thing is going to be a valley, because it's a lot of good news, bad news situations. Sometimes with IVF, everybody's journey is different, but a lot of people, that's their experience. You get some good news, you get some bad news. Things go well, things don't go well. And things are going really well for me. My Lupron symptoms aren't nearly as bad as they were last time or the time before, because this is my third time taking 2 months of Lupron. That's right, third time. And I don't know if my body is different, if I'm distracted because I'm running after my almost 1-year-old son, or if my hormones are different, after being pregnant. I don't know what it is, but the symptoms are not nearly as bad as they were before. Or maybe it's the mental aspect of it, because now, in my opinion, from what my journey is and from what I'm going through, this time is not nearly as stressful on me as it was last time. Because last time it was all or nothing. I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to be a mom. And now I am one. I have a baby. I have my son. So everything else is kind of a bonus at this point. If I get another baby, do I want a bunch of babies? Yes. I wish if I was a fertile myrtle and I could just like have sex and have babies, I would have been having babies a long time ago and I would have had a lot more than just one. But I am just so thankful and grateful for the one I have because it's been so very difficult to get pregnant, stay pregnant, and have a baby. It feels like such a miracle. It is. All babies are a miracle. But yeah, so it feels easier now because at least we have our son. So if you're going through this the first time, my heart really goes out to you because for me, that was a really hard, dark time in my life. Thinking if I'll ever be able to be a mom, which is something that I always wanted to be. But it worked for me and it can work for you. And, staying positive is probably the most challenging part. But it's really important to just, when you have those bad thoughts, to remind yourself that it can work. It can work for you. It can work. And I hope this video was helpful to you if you're going for saline ultrasound for the first time, maybe. And so you can get an idea of what it's going to be like. And I hope you have a really great day. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.